What's up with it, everybody? What's up with it, everybody? Welcome to the Halftime Sports Show, the Sports Circle One, where we always keep it real crucial. Man, I'm James Crumble, and that is my co-host. Introduce yourself.
Mr. Raul Melendez.
Yeah, because I've been sipping. I probably said Martinez again. If y'all gave me just a little bit more time, believe me.
You only get away with one time 2025, bro.
Yeah, real talk, for real. I really need to give up on it, for real. For what? So let's get into the. I want to get into the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers game. Give us a recap and let us know what you think.
First things first, the Ravens look dangerous as hell. They were running them rampant, and it's time to let go of Mike Tomlin. They should have just stuck with Justin Field throughout the whole season. And I think it's time. I think it's time to give props to this Baltimore Ravens team because they are Super Bowl bound.
I'm with you on that. I got a feeling that they are as well. Um, I think that just that combination of Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson is a perfect blend. Uh, Derrick Henry's not a complainer. He's not one to come to the team and cause problems. He's just gonna come in, job done, do whatever. Whether he get 50 yards, 20 yards, 100 yards, he really don't care. And I don't think we give him enough credit. The fact that Derrick Henry is, I think he's the only player in NFL history that run for two 1,900-yard seasons is incredible. I think he had like 4 or 5 1,500-yard plus seasons.
Yeah,
We seeing something that we probably ain't gonna never see as a running back again because they're just not made durable enough. Saquon coming back and running for 2,000 yards is incredible in itself. I don't think that we're gonna see that again. Not from a injured player then coming back. I think Derrick Henry could possibly go for another 1,500 next year if he
I
stays.
think I think so. Didn't the Ravens win this game yesterday without Zay Flowers?
Yeah, without Zay Flowers. So and it wasn't they didn't even attempt to put the ball in the air much. They had Bateman. Bateman played good. Andrews played good. Like they didn't put the ball really in the air until they got in the red zone.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then as they should have, because at this point, Pittsburgh, you have to beat us. You got to beat us.
well. First things first. I just want to give a shout out to Justin Fields, consummate professional that he gave up his starting spot to Russell Wilson. It was good to see Russell Wilson out there, but that whole Mike Tomlin Pittsburgh marriage, I think it's time to divorce that because they win when they need to win, but lose when they don't need to lose.
Man, I actually think. Look, 'cause I told a guy he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I told him I said Russell Wilson is the worst thing could have happened to your organization. I said he always starts off playing good, and I said it's the way he doesn't have the fire, the grit that's Pittsburgh grit. He can't fire you up when you down. He's gonna hold his head down. He always thinks he's entitled. He's not the guy that can get you out of the ball. I said he looks so great. Don't get me wrong, he's a good quarterback, but he looks so much greater in Seattle because they had the Legion of Boom. He always had top receivers, not one but two, maybe three. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a great running back in Marshawn Lynch. Like he had a complete team.
And,
Since he's no longer had a complete team, he's looked awful.
and not only that, his energy on the field matched Pete Carroll's energy because Pete Carroll was not that type of coach to get on his neck when a mistake happened.
No, Pete Carroll is the one that sheltered him, that made the situation worse. Honestly, Pete Carroll
That's what I was looking for.
he helped create that spoiled monster. Whenever he had let him have his own office away from all the players, Marshawn Lynch was talking about it when he said that Russ had a bad game and he tried to give him a call and like, hey, bro, don't worry about it. We all had bad games. But he said, Russ said, how'd you get my number? Out of all that, while we talking, and I'm trying to be a brother to you and trying to build this camaraderie, you asked me, how did I get your number? As if I'm just like a B-lister person. When he's more famous to Seattle than Russ.
Facts.
That's what I don't like about Russ. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that.
Well, congrats to the Ravens for moving on to the divisional round. So, who they face next round?
Buffalo.
Oh wow! Oh,
It's gonna be a
good.
slug match.
they could put this MVP. I'm saying right now, we already know who the two MVPs are. Whoever
Yep.
comes out winning that game is winning MVP.
Winning MVP. Yep. Yep.
That's
I
it.
agree. To me, Lamar Jackson, though, I watched him. He's playing on and this is when you're dangerous. You remember with Patrick Mahomes, how he was winning all his Super Bowls? By the end of the year to the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes looked like, even when the defense was collapsing on him, like he was never in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Lamar looked now. Versus Lamar a year or two ago, when the defense collapsed on him, he was panicking. Like it seemed like he was trying to do too much. Now it's like he barely even moving. He just barely turning his body. He just knows the game now.
You know,
He knows the game.
You know how confident he is? I'm gonna tell you how I know he's a confident quarterback now. Lamar Jackson now is throwing no-look passes, turning his back, knowing that it's a touchdown already.
Yeah, and he throwing boomerangs like where the ball turning and coming into the receiver. Like his pass game is for real. It's serious. You know what I'm saying? Like I just see him like he's running for the right amount. If he feel like he's in trouble or they coming down too much, he'll put the ball in Derrick Henry gut. You know what I'm saying? Like pound it, and then he'll pull it out 4 or 5 times. So Henry can bust him for like it's just complimentary football, and nobody is being greedy on the team. No receivers being prima donna. Nobody, Zay Flower had 1,000-yard season, and it was calm 1,000 yards. It wasn't forced.
There's no egos. There's no egos on that football team.
No, they just want to win, and we don't give him enough credit for doing it less. Because regardless how that defense was trash for the first 11 weeks. Now it's like they had to hold it together until the team built itself up enough to where it could be a totality. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole team, whole team. Like for that time, it was just offense. Now it's offense and it clicking at the offense and defense. They're clicking at the right time.
Yep.
And it's crazy. I think they got a safety back that they put it, or a corner that they put in the original position, and it changed the game like that. That's crazy. Pittsburgh, though.
Mike Tomlin.
What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? And listen, is it Tomlin or is it he just don't have the pieces? I think Tomlin made a critical error by putting Russ in the game. And then even at halftime, when you struggled and you wasn't getting anything out of it, why wouldn't you have tried Fields?
That's the thing. Like, how many passes are you going to give Tomlin? You know what I'm saying? Like, enough is enough. We get it. I understand where he's coming from. You guys want to keep him for as long as you can, but you're not. You guys are winning enough, but not winning the big one. You know what I'm saying? So I think I think they need to separate from Tomlin. Don't fire him from Pittsburgh. Put him in the front office or something and have another coach take over. You know what I'm saying? Because they need something fresh.
I agree. But if they do fire him, who do you bring in though? Because Tomlin has yet to have a losing season. And I think we get so caught up in, do I think that it's staled out in Pittsburgh? Absolutely. At this point, I think Tomlin coaching style is not working with the talent that he has. It stopped working probably 5 years ago, honestly. He got Pickens, but Pickens is good, but he's not AB. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't have the stars that you once had. The defense is okay, but it's not what it once was. Najee Harris is a bust and a running back to me.
Yeah.
For now, like he's not the running back that can create his own. I like Warren to back up better than I do Najee. Najee is slow. He's big and slow.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom's arrogance has gotten the better of him. He feels like he's so like he knows they're not gonna let him go out of Pittsburgh. It's gonna be more of him saying, I want to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's time to break that up. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's time for a refreshing. Nothing is happening there.
I agree. 100%. You could keep on making the playoffs every year. It's fine because, obviously everybody wants to make the playoffs. But it comes to a point where when you're going to get past the first round, when you're going to get past the second round, when you're going to make it to the NFC, AFC, when you're going to make it to the Super Bowl, that's what people expect from you. Yeah, it's great to go to the playoffs. because hey, my team's playing extra innings, but you can't get out the first round. You run in the same play style almost every year. You're treating
Yep.
every quarterback the same way. Like if you have Big Ben behind the
He
defense,
is. Yep.
you
Yep.
just can't continue you can't keep repeating the same thing over and over again because it's gonna get stale. You're gonna lose fan base, and people are gonna start saying, "Don't resign, fire him."
Yep. That is true though. That is true. Okay, so let's move on to wow. I thought they tied it up.
I'm not. Trust
So
me.
the Vikings and the Rams, but I could have sworn that when it was 10-3, that the Vikings got a fumble. They must have reviewed it,
I think they overturned it.
which is crazy to me
The score
because
is 24-3 right now. I don't even. The game's over.
yeah,
So
it's at halftime. Well, then again, it is the Rams though.
yeah, yeah.
But Sam Darnold, I don't care what they say. He's 13 for 16, strong, one interception, but he's 13 for 16 with 113 yards. They don't run the ball enough in Minnesota. You know what
Mm-mm.
I'm saying? I think he's throwing the ball very well. Uh, Matthew Stafford has 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. So right now, it looks like the defense is
Yeah.
killing Minnesota.
Yep.
And that should have been a fumble return touchdown. I don't know why they should never return that. Matthew Stafford did what he could to give the game away like he always does, or give it back. He does. I just don't see them going anywhere. He doesn't do enough for me.
Mm-mm. Well, they got the lead right now. If they score one more touchdown, the Rams, the game is over.
Yeah,
There's not enough possessions per quarter where the Rams average about 8-9 minutes a quarter holding possession of the ball. So
yeah.
it's
I
over.
think the lead is too big as it is now.
Yeah.
Honestly. So I'm not even gonna waste too much time on this game. Uh, I don't see neither one of these teams beating nobody in the next round.
They face
Honestly.
the Eagles, don't they?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, Speaking of the Eagles, let's go to the game. Who did the Eagles play?
Oh my God, I totally forgot who they played.
Let me look it up real quick
Oh my God.
because AJ Brown is a problem for that organization. They
Oh.
get, he is
Who they beat?
the Packers. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Packers gave up. They gave up a good fight. They just look overwhelmed. They didn't look prepared. Jordan Love threw 3 interceptions, 212 yards, 20 for 33. Too many passes.
Hmm.
His first playoff game like that. In that type of situation, this should have been a big ground game to
Hmm.
keep his nerves down, keep so much possession out of their hands. Uh, I want to talk about this passing game. Jalen Hurts threw 2 touchdowns, but only 131 yards out of
Mm.
an entire game for a
Mm.
so-called top 10 quarterback. He's 13 of 21, which is not bad, but you only threw for 131 yards. Devontae Smith had 55. Goldberg had 40. AJ Brown had 10 yards, one throw, one catch. Saquon 25 for 109. If Saquon's not there, the Eagles are probably don't even make the playoffs. I'm telling you that now.
Well, if Saquon wasn't in this game, period, they would have lost this playoff game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is
They would
going
have
on
made
with
the
the
playoffs.
pass game? What do you think? I don't even think they make the playoffs because you think Saquon has carried them about 10 games.
Yeah. No, I think they still would have made the playoffs, but they would have got lambasted by the Packers
I
if
don't
they
see it.
had
I don't
Saquon.
see it because even when Hurts was hurt, it was Saquon. I don't see them making the playoffs without Saquon. I really don't. Well, the division is so bad. Yeah.
That's what I was
All they
just
had to
about
do
to
is
get
win
to that.
7 games.
All you gotta do is really win 7-8 games, and you're in that division. So
Yeah, you're right. I take it back. You're 100% correct. You're right.
well, let's put it this way: Jalen Hurts, I think because Saquon is there, he feels like he doesn't have to throw over 200 yards a game because he could depend on a man running 100 yards all the time to save him. I think that's what the issue is.
And that's cool. That's cool. But like, damn, you can't he too comfortable right now. Like, I don't know, man. And even when he throws it, it don't. Jalen Hurts look like Cam Newton when Cam Newton had that shoulder injury nobody knew about.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. If they face the Rams in the next round, Jalen Hurts cannot throw for 136 yards
Nah, he got to put 250 plus up.
because Stafford is a 275, close to 300-yard type of quarterback.
Yeah, he better be lucky they got the good defense too in Philly. Philly got a nice defense too.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So Jalen Hurts can't go in there thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna throw 138 yards because I got Saquon running damn near 200 yards a game for me." That's not gonna really work, especially when you got a gunslinger in Stafford.
Yeah, not at the rate that he's not at the
Not at
rate
that
that he's
rate.
throwing them. No. They just don't look good, and I think it's because I honestly believe it's because of AJ Brown.
Mm.
He wants the ball forced to him. He looking for AJ instead of watching it, looking at his natural reads and making the game easier because Devontae Smith is open a lot more times than AJ Brown, and he's not getting the balls because he's trying to force it to AJ Brown. Honestly,
Yeah.
to
Well,
keep him
AJ Brown.
happy.
How old is AJ Brown?
About 27.
There you go. That's that Me Too attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? I just want to say what's up to all the young quarterbacks, though, man. You got the Washington Commanders. You got C.J. Stroud moving over to the next round. Yo, the changing of the quarterback guards is coming
That's a
fast.
game that I didn't see. That was gonna. I didn't because the Texans have been playing so awful the past few games. CJ Stroud has looked awful the past few games that I did not think Big Joe Mixon turned up. You know, he gonna Mixon turn up like that. Nico
I,
Collins is a problem from anybody.
I'm
Um,
shocked that the Texans actually won that game.
I don't want to hear anything else about Justin Herbert ever again. He threw 4 interceptions.
This is the issue I have. The guy's a great quarterback during the 17-16 game season. But when it comes to playoff, this guy has more interceptions than pass attempts.
Yeah, is it that he's a great? Is he a good quarterback in the regular season, or do we just overrate him? Because if anybody's been overrated, it's been him.
It's
Oh my
him.
god!
He's been overrated. The last playoffs that he went to, didn't he have 3 interceptions?
Yes,
Oh my God, Lord Jesus.
he's awful. Like you got J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards who ran to tremendous, like terrific when they was in Baltimore until both of them had I think they had both had Achilles injuries same year, both torn Achilles. But you have them there and you run one 9 times and the other one 7. You don't even try to run the ball. Like y'all see him throwing interceptions out of interceptors, and you still don't try to get the ball out of his hand to calm him down. You keep trying to slang it. You know, he was 14 of 32 for 242 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. That is atrocious.
And then he has his main receiver Conklin, right?
Yep.
No man.
McCoskey,
He's over
he
he's
had 9
overrated.
receptions for 197 yards. You only threw to one person.
Yeah.
Everybody else had Disney only had 2 receptions. You had 3 other people had 1. The rest of the people had 0. You threw to one person the entire game and wonder why you had 4 interceptions.
That's sad.
Nico Collins had 7 for a $122 touchdown. Hutchinson had 1 for 34 yards. Michi III had 4 receptions for 28 yards. Stover had 4 receptions for 28. Schultz had 2 for 23. Woods had 2 for 22. Mixon had 1 for 13. Johnson had 1 for 12. So it's going, they putting it all around.
CJ Stroud is a good quarterback, but that was a shocker to me. I thought I had the Chargers winning this game and everything.
I did too
I go
because
back to the third quarter and I'm like, what the hell's going on over here?
I had them win the game because they were struggling. But after the first quarter, I knew Chargers. Chargers, don't face it, they choke every playoff visit, or they either choke to put themselves out of playoff contention every year. Every year.
100%.
Herbert, it's time to move on from Herbert. I don't care what
Yeah.
they. It's time to move on from him.
Send that boy to Jacksonville or something.
Yeah, seriously. And then, like you said, Commanders. They pulled it out on Buccaneers, which I almost thought was it Tampa Bay. I think no, yeah, it was that. But the Commanders, I thought they were shooting themselves in the foot because they had a chance for a field goal to put it in within 1 point before that. Was a fumble or something where they got the ball back.
Yeah, it was a fumble.
But They didn't take the field goal. They went for it and didn't get it. Now they was down 4 points at that time. Had Tampa Bay went down and scored, it's a two possession game at that point. They lose.
Mm-hmm.
But they got bailed out because Tampa Bay fumbled or whatever the hell they. I think Baker or somebody fumbled. Baker.
It was a fumble. I just don't remember who it was, but it was definitely a fumble.
Because he was trying to hand it off and fumble.
Yeah.
So Baker fumbled. They get the ball back, and then they go down. And they gamble on that fourth and goal, and they finally scored because they weren't even going to kick a field goal. Then they went for it and finally scored. But I'm like, this is why I don't think Washington wins because the coach is stupid. It's stupid. It worked out, but if it doesn't work, you gave up 2 field goals that you could have took, and you would have had the lead anyway. Versus giving them yards. Just so happened Baker fumble. If Baker don't fumble, they lose that game.
I mean, Baker had a hell of a season.
He only missed 3 passes. He was 15 for 18 for 185 and 2 touchdowns. Baker was hot.
Yeah. But and again, I kind of like this story for Baker Mayfield because remember they counted him out. He was an outcast.
I counted him out because he was garbage at the time. He was trash.
Yeah, but now that he went under a better program that was a bit organized, I'm happy for him. It was a good season for him. You know, I wish they would have continued because I wanted Tampa Bay to win, and that's who I picked to win. And unfortunately, it happens that they lost to a better team that wanted it more.
Yep, I agree. You know, we ain't got to go too much into that. The game is finna get ready to come off at halftime. We can go back to reviewing the game. Let's get where we can get the information, and then we'll come in tomorrow to finish the recaps and also bring in some NBA recaps too.
And congratulations to McCarty for getting fired from Dallas Cowboys. Now he can live normal life.
We almost forgot about that. But I want to say that for a full segment because, it's
And real quick, it's gonna be prime time in Dallas.
Hey, I don't think Prime gonna go. I am telling you.
Well, guess what? Something popped up on my screen that said Jerry Jones just spoke to Deion Sanders about the head coach position.
He gonna speak to him. But Jerry got to get out the way. I don't think Deion gonna go because of Jerry. I'm telling you.
I don't think Deion. Look, I know we want to say this for another show. Deion is not gonna go to Dallas. He's gonna go exactly where his son is gonna go, and he's gonna be the coach. That's why they fired Antonio Pierce, and he's gonna be the head coach of the Raiders to get Shedeur Sanders on his team.
Titans got the number 1 pick.
I don't think they're gonna take him.
Man, shit. Yeah, all right. I know my Titans.
They probably take Cam Ward.
Bro, listen. Tennessee, no taxes. They don't have no taxes. Man, that man going to Tennessee because Tennessee got room for a salary cap for Shiloh. Watch this. Watch it. Pick Shiloh up in like the 3rd round. Watch.
Okay, bro. All I'm saying is good luck because Cam Ward is going to Tennessee.
No, we ain't Cam Ward. We need somebody elusive. Tennessee needs somebody to fill the seats. Do you know what Shedeur Sanders is going to bring? The type of media coverage, and if you could possibly get Deion as a coach, I'd do a package deal with them if I was them.
Well, let's see what happens, and I think we should save this for another show because I know people are gonna be interested in what we think about it.
Yeah. Let's save it.
Hey, let's talk about it tomorrow because Deion is coming to the NFL.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in for the halftime show, the Sports Circuit 1, where you can always tune in and guarantee we're gonna speak to y'all on some real sports. I'm James Crumble. That's my co-host
Melendez.
All right, and we're gonna see y'all tomorrow at the end of the scheduled time, and we're gonna keep y'all updated on today's topic sports. Peace.